trying to make one of my favorite recipes forever. I can't ever get the ingredients. So came down to the wire, and I'm going to do some modification because, you know, I know I've done stuffed shells before, but I make really good stuffed shells. And I'm like, well, why don't I make manicotti? I can't find stuffed shells or manicotti in the grocery store anywhere. So I'm going to make this kind of crazy lasagna thing, and I know you're really going to like it. So first of all, I like adding eggplant. So I don't use milk, I just egg and breadcrumb my thin slices of eggplant, and then I put them in 375 oven, 20 minutes, flip, 20 more minutes, okay? Makes these nice little eggplant cookies. Then I got my big huge lasagna pan, because I need a lot of space to work, okay? I just love using this pan, lots of sauce. So the big secret is I got 2 big buckets of my spaghetti sauce. They've been in the freezer for way too long. No, I'm just kidding. But I wanted to make this really special, so I'm using my homemade spaghetti sauce, the same version I used to make in junior high. And I think you're going to really, really think that's really cool. And I will link it so you can see how I make my spaghetti sauce. First of all, I got some lasagna noodles that are going a little crazy. Sorry about that, I had the heat up pretty high. It'll be okay. So one of the things, and I'd already started the lasagna noodles because I want to kind of get this not like an hour-long process. I take lasagna noodles and, you know, box, I'll admit, and I put the first third of the box in, and I get them to turn up on edge. Then I take the second third, put it in, let it start to soften, put it up on edge, and then the third one. So they're actually like in this pinwheel. That way they don't stick to themselves, and it's a whole lot easier. And I got my station all set up here. I'm going to get them all rinsed and take care of them. So let's take this out of the way. My spaghetti sauce is lined the bottom of a big pan. And I'm going to check on my lasagna one more time. Alright, so what do I got? I got a big bowl. I got an egg. Oops. Alright. Let's see. I was prepping food, made a mess. Go figure. So I got this egg. Just want to kind of beat it up a little bit. Wouldn't take a whole lot. Then I got my spinach that I squeezed out. This is just frozen spinach. It's perfectly fine. It's not going to kill you. It's really squeezed, so it's pretty dry. Just kind of pluck it apart so it's easier. If you want to use fresh spinach, be my guest. I just always seem to have spinach, and spinach just like BOGO. I keep the giant in my freezer, and then he's ready anytime I need him. Okay. So we got that pretty good. So got my ricotta cheese. and get the original. This is the big, 2-pounder. Even if you don't use it all, you'll want it. I got about half of it in there so I can start the mixing process. Not terribly difficult. It's a whole lot easier to work this around than when you got the whole 2 pounds in there. It kind of breaks up the spinach, what I'm trying to do. I'm going to get a spatula to get the rest out. Side. Making a mess everywhere. Oh, it's pouring outside, isn't that great? So I just want to get this a little more mixed up. Outer Banks. Hurricane season, Alright. I like adding a little more flavor. So I got me half a cup of good Parmesan cheese from the store. Now I get the packaged stuff. It comes right from the jelly. Just kind of acts as a binder. Alright. So I'm going to set this aside. Perfect timing. I'm going to show you my tricks. So I'm going to pour some really hot water through my colander. So I want cold water going down the other side so that it doesn't destroy my pipes, okay? Even though my PVCs are pretty high rated, it just makes me feel better. Now we always want to be really gentle when we're pouring these. What I used to do years ago, I pour off most of the water. Take some of that cold water. Very gentle. So these noodles are really still hot, right? I need to get them cooled down. The mistake I used to always make is I'd cook them, overcook them. You want these al dente. Alright, because they're going to cook in the pan, alright? Okay, so let me get this staged up for the next process and I will be right back. Alright, so I got my lasagna noodles cooled, and what I want to do now I'm going to cut them in half. Got the grandma's knife to cut them in half with. Don't have to be perfect. Really not perfect on that one, but that's okay. Then all I want to do, I want to stuff them. Okay? And how you do it is you just want to smear this stuff and leave the ends empty, because you know it's like when you roll up a burrito or something, you're always going to push some out the end. We don't want to do that. So I'm just going to get some of these started. Don't have to be perfect, otherwise you'd spend all day doing this. And if a lasagna noodle isn't perfect, you're not going to ruin it. It's fine. So you see, I'm just trying to work kind of fast because I don't want to do this all day. So I should be telling some story about something. I remember when I was just kidding. Just kidding, because I don't remember. So this is kind of fun. Don't know how I ever thought of the idea. Probably in the shower. You know, we all have our shower moments, right? Okay. Right? So follow along. Ready? Just going to start to roll. Whee! And I'm just going to set them in a big pan of sauce. And we're going to kind of squish them down. So we don't want them in there tightly because we need to squish them down a little bit. And this one I did overflow, which would be okay. Learn from our mistakes. And this one I just tore. So I'm going to show you how that works. Just kind of bring it together. It didn't tear all the way through, so it's perfectly fine. This isn't a 5-star restaurant, okay? We eat food here. That's easy. And by having that sauce, you can kind of move them around as you need to. The sauce on the bottom. And just remember to take into account that we're going to layer the eggplant on top. So we want to make sure we got lots of room. And this is something you could get your kids to, help you with, because they owe you. It's really that simple. Well, so I'm going to sit here for the next 15 minutes and finish these up for you. Okay, and I'm going to come back and show you how we finish it up. I'll be back in like 10 minutes, whatever. See you then. Alright, so don't these things look really beautiful? I mean, isn't this like the coolest thing you ever saw? Still trying to remember how I thought of this, but who knows. Anywho, you just get them in your pan figured out. The end row I had to turn the other way. Yeah, I got like 4 noodles left over, but that always used to be to me when I was first making lasagna. I'd overcook them, and then it'd be like they tear some. So you had to have a few that went in the garbage or used to fill corners when you're making actual lasagna. So what I want to do now, I just want to put a little bit more sauce on it, so let me grab my sauce. Mamma mia, this is good. And I just want to stir it up because it was in the freezer. It's all thawed now. Looking beautiful. And you know, I love the carrots and the black olives. Lots of red wine that I cooked down here. The red peppers and tomatoes. Mama, oh Lord. And mushrooms. So, we don't have to go crazy, because we're going to put most of it on top of the eggplant. I try and keep a couple tubs of this in the freezer for special occasions. Wish I had been smart enough to figure out how to market and sell this stuff. Nobody makes it like this. It's just to make kind of a separating layer between, so I'm trying to cover the pasta is what I'm really trying to do here. That should work. Looks really good. Man, I love the smell. Alright, so I got this eggplant, and I'm going to start by just layering it in here. Really don't think I need to go crazy. I only did, this is only two kind of small eggplants. I keep touching my neck. I don't know why I have to do that. Get the biggest pieces down here first, and then kind of try and figure out. Probably cuts one of these pieces in half to finish it up. Great cookies. And yeah, ball goes in the end. That's fine. Keep your workspace clean. Alright, now we really need to go to town. It does make me cry a little bit because, you know, it takes so long to make this sauce that I hate when I empty my freezer. But I will tell you, well worth it. And look, I have another bucket here. Don't want to get too crazy. Eggplant's like, oh, thank you. This is Good for my sunburn. So what's cool about this, so it's like eggplant, but you got the pasta included, right? So I actually had a little left, huh? Works for me. Now what I want to do, get some mozzarella cheese. Don't be shy, make you cry. So I hope you find some of this stuff kind of fun and interesting. I really do rack my brain some days, trying to make sure I come up with something that I want to eat. And I figure if I want to eat it, most people would want to eat it. Now I'm sure I've come up with some things that you're like, I'm not too big of a fan of that. But hopefully for the most part, you think it's pretty good. Because I love making food that's fun. Just want to get right to those corners. Make sure the eggplant's stealing all the mozzarella cheese. Making sure it's all going to be really good. So, this is going to go in the oven. I'm predicting 45-50 minutes. Just make sure everything's real bubbly, the cheese is really melted, and it'll be done. I'll see you back to show you what this looks like in about 45-50 minutes on 350. Smell-o-vision. Let me tell you, this is exactly what I expected and wanted. There's a truckload of sauce in here. Everything is just absolutely fabulous. The smell, man. The homemade sauce really adds up. Somewhere under here is all that lasagna rolled up with that ricotta. Oh, just jonesing to come out. I see the little bubble still. This thing is hot. But let me tell you, this is going to be really good. Wasn't a whole lot of extra work to make this, but I just think that this is how you just have to once in a while think outside the box. Have a little fun, alright? Can't hurt. I hope you've been trying some of these recipes, at least some of them, and I hope you're enjoying them. Hope life's good, and I will see you again later with another great recipe. Have a great day.